inspiration, this is motivation. Achieve and grow, watch your schemes unfold. No dreams, just goals. Big T Talks Podcast.
Big T Talks Podcast. Big T Talks Podcast. Big T Talks Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Big T here, the Big T Talks Podcast. We are Friday, April 20th. For some of you guys, that's like a national holiday, the date of 420. For me, it is not anymore. I am a retired part of that community. So, but happy 420 to all of you out there that partake and enjoy. So yeah, this is episode 18 of the Big T Talks Podcast. We have been slacking on recording lately, and I know that, and you know, I've worked on a few things. I told you guys a couple podcasts ago, I was trying to really figure out where I wanted to go with this podcast, and you know, I'm really going back and forth on how I want to pursue the rest of it. So for now, I'm just going to drop episodes when I feel fired up and feel ready to go. And today is Friday, and I felt like dropping an episode. So for you guys that are fans and followers and love to listen to what I got to say, and hopefully it motivates you and keeps you, you know, intrigued and makes you think different ways and makes you look at things a different way. And it's some inspiration and motivation that you need to hear. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. Today I want to talk about picking your battles and how you go about that, and you know, what do you tell yourself inside, or what don't you tell yourself inside that lets you pick a battle, and how you're going to deal with the battle. And this battle can be in your personal life. This battle can be in business. This battle could be within family. This battle could be, you know, politically with, you know, an outside source. Just any, you know, any confrontation or any where you are going to either be abrasive against something or someone that is said, go against something or someone that is said, you know, stand up for yourself, interject, intervene, however you know, want to look at it. There's so many different things that go into picking your battles. You really, little shit's going to happen here and there. Little shit's going to happen all the time. And if you try to choose and battle and fight each one of those little things and not brush 97.333% of that shit off, you're going to stress yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to put a cloud over your heart on the inside, and you're going to get really, really grumpy and become a very unhappy person. And I know none of us want to be that way. None of us want to be Grumpy Smurf. Most of us want to be Happy Smurf. Not all of us, but most of us want to be Happy Smurf. Or at least Brainy Smurf. Someone besides Grumpy Smurf. So you have to pick your battles. The small stuff, you just cannot sweat the small stuff. I have really been trying to take everything that comes in at me from all aspects. I'm covering everything, like I said, from business, personal, outside, side projects, commissions, and, you know, I just joined the Hillsborough Downtown Partnership Committee. I am now on the board with them. Hillsborough is the city I live in, and I'm in downtown Hillsborough, the historic area, and, you know, I just joined the board of them. And just even with that, being involved with them over the last, you know, 2 months, I can see the little clicks and the judginess of other people, and, you know, like, oh, you know, this person said this, you know, the cattiness and the bitchiness. And, you know, I'm a barber. I hear everything. I can listen to multiple conversations at once while I still talk to my client. That is something as a barber you learn to do, especially as a shop owner, because I want to know what's going on in my shop, but I still want to pay attention to my client and their needs. So I have trained myself to be able to bring a lot of shit into my brain at once and process it and decide what I want to do with the rest of it. Now, getting back to the business group that I'm a part of, I'm glad that I came into it with no, preconceived, motivations for my own good of it. I just came in to make sure the right choices were made. And what choices that were going to be made, I could be a part of. And I don't care if they go one way or another, or who wins or who loses, or who gets what they want and who doesn't get what they want. I have no side in any of those battles. So for me to come in and say my part, that is what was needed. I don't give a shit about anyone else's feelings in it. I listen to the facts. I listen to the benefits of it. I listen to the negatives of it. And I make a choice. I don't get any outside influences. No one's going to brainwash me and try to convince me, oh, this is better. I will listen to the facts. And on my own personal process, I will decide which one is better. And just that little story right there of how I'm dealing with that is how I try to deal with the other things in my life. Like, I don't need outside influences. I don't need, people trying to convince me of something. We all have minds that work very well, and a lot of us can be swayed pretty easily, especially if we have influences that we look up to or stuff like that. But you need to stop that. You need to take the facts, the pros, the cons, weigh them out, and whichever one is better, that's what it is. Same with picking your battles. Like fighting the kids in the morning to get ready for school. It is what it is. They have to go to school. There's no choice in that. But I'm not going to expend all of my energy out on trying to get my kid to wear something that I want him to wear. If he, for some reason, which my kids are pretty good at it, this is probably a bad analogy for me to do this one, but I'm just saying, if I pull an outfit out in the morning for him to wear, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to wear it, I'm not going to fight him on that. I'll tell him to go pick out what he wants to wear. Hopefully he's not looking too goofy and wearing some pajama bottoms with a tank top and 2 different shoes. But if that's what he wants to wear for some reason, I am not going to fight him on wearing that. We give up too much of our energy on not picking the right battles. Something that you strongly, strongly believe in, and something that you strongly, strongly feel in, and something that is going to make your life better, or something that is going to hurt your life, or damage your life, or make you take steps back, something that is unethical, something that is immorally wrong. Those beliefs that you have inside, those are the battles that you pick. You don't pick the little stuff. Every little thing could be a battle. You could have, if you picked every battle that you could have 600 effing battles a day. But you can't do that. You have to make sure you really weigh the pros and cons in your head really quickly of each little battle. Like, are you going to argue and fight with your wife? Or your husband, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend over every single little thing that happens? Shit happens. Shit is done. The biggest killer of relationships is expectations. You might have expected them to do something a certain way, or even do something at all, and they had no clue that it was supposed to be done that way, or they were even supposed to do it, but then when you find out it wasn't done, you're pissed off. And you start an argument, or you get shitty, or you get an attitude, or you get cold-shouldered, or you become a dick. And then the other person's going to react off that because they don't know why. First of all, because you didn't communicate. So that's a battle that you chose that was stupid. Pick your battles wisely. Quit sweating the small stuff. Weigh it out. It's a quick thing. Do the pros and cons. Like, does this really affect me? Like, did I do my part in this to make sure it was going to go the way that I thought it was going to go? Probably not. Because if I would have expressed and communicated and said the things that I should have said, or, the things I was thinking, or how I thought it was going to go, if I actually communicated, it probably would have turned out that way. And if it was just like, oh yeah, maybe, don't use the maybe word if you want something done. sit down with whoever it is and be like, hey, we need to do this. I am not going to be able to. Do you think you could do this, 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 and this? That's a lot. Maybe just this and this, 2 things. But whatever it is, a couple things, a few things, a whole list of things. Write that shit down, text it to them, explain why you need it done, when you need it done by, and then hopefully it gets done. And if it doesn't, maybe ask why, or is there anything I could do that didn't get done? Maybe I have some free time the next day or 2 to get it done. Pick your battles. Don't start a freaking fight over that. Don't start an argument over that. Don't start a conflict at your work over that. You know, my shop being clean. It's a barbershop. There's 12 guys who work there. Guys aren't the cleanest guys. Guys are kind of slobs. It is what it is. Especially when it comes to your work. When you're not an owner in the company, there's a lot of shit that just gets thrown on the floor, or shit that gets thrown on the floor, dropped, spilt by customers who barbers or stylists or whoever in any workplace do not always pick up. They walk by. They don't have ownership in it. So you have to explain to your barbers, your stylist, your workers, this goes across any board of any industry, of why I hate it. This is a representation of what I've built, and when new people come in, they see a dirty, slobby ass shop. I do not like that. Some people have it in them, you know, that they don't like that either, and they will pick stuff up. Like when I'm walking down the street and I see a piece of garbage just sitting on the side of the road or on the side of the sidewalk. Obviously, there's a lot of garbage everywhere. You can't pick up all of it. But if there's 1, 2 pieces and I'm on a direct line towards a garbage can, I will pick that up. Some people are just wired that way. Some people are not. But the ones that are not, you have to explain to them what your expectations are about how you want something to be done or how you want something to look. And then if it doesn't get done, then you can have another talk. But don't just be pissed off because something didn't get done when they're not wired that way and didn't even notice it. Walk right by it. All right, guys, rambling on, man. That's what I got for you guys today. Pick your battles, choose your battles, really weigh them out really quickly. Don't sweat the small shit. It's Friday, sun's out in the Pacific Northwest. I got sunglasses on, sitting in my truck while I'm recording this. I hope you guys have a kick-ass weekend. Grind it out, man. Big T, episode 18. Pick your battles. Peace.